The next few examples will have us looking at applications of quadratic equations and using technology to generate results. In example 13, we have an equation for total profit for a company after producing and selling X units of a certain product. We want to use Wolfram Alpha to find the production levels that will create a profit of $543.88. What that means is we want our total profit to equal 543.88. So we need to solve this quadratic equation to find the values for X that give us that profit. In Wolfram Alpha, we'll simply type in solve, enter our profit equation that we're given, set equal to the desired value, our desired total profit, and evaluate to get two solutions, which we can convert to approximate form. So we get 705.91 and 3015.3. Our values for X in this case represent units produced, meaning what we want to do is round this to the nearest whole number because we can't produce a fraction of an item. We either produce one or two. What that tells us then is that our solutions would be X equals approximately 706 or 3015 units. In example 14, we're again given an equation for total profit for a company after producing and selling X units. We want to use Wolfram Alpha to find the break-even points for this company. Whenever we're asked for break-even points, what we're looking for is the point where our profit, P, is equal to 0. Looking at the graph that we've got pictured here, this is our profit equation. And what we can see is that any area where our profit is dipping below the x-axis, we have an area where we're either underproducing meaning we haven't sold enough of our product to cover the initial setup costs of equipment, hiring staff, etc. Or we're overproducing, meaning our costs are exceeding our revenue. We're spending too much money to make that profit or to make those items. And then what we have in the area in between is where we're generating profit. At any of the production levels between these 2 points, our company is making money. What we want to do is find those two break-even points where our profit is equal to 0, because that tells us anywhere in between those values, we're at a point where our company is making money. So what we need to do is take our profit equation, set it equal to 0, and solve. Again, we're setting it equal to 0 because we want to find where our profit is equal to 0, those two break-even points. We end up with two results that we want to convert to approximate form. Our value for X, again, represents units produced, so we'll round these to the nearest whole number, telling us that we would want to, in order to break even, produce approximately 1,263 units, or 3,112 units. And really what we'd be interested in is producing some value in between that range. We don't want to break even. We want to be in that range where we're generating profit. In example 15, we have a similar question. We're asked to find the break-even points for a company. From example 14, we know that break-even points occur whenever our profit is equal to 0, but in this case we're given a revenue equation and a cost equation. Profit is always going to be equal to revenue, the amount of money that we bring in, minus our costs, meaning if we're given a revenue and a cost equation, we can also find our break-even points by solving R minus C is equal to 0, so revenue minus cost. Or with a little bit of algebra, we can just rewrite this as revenue equals cost. So to find break-even points, we can either solve our profit equation equal to 0 or our revenue equation equal to our cost equation. What we'll find then with these 2 points are those two break-even points, so that anywhere in between those points, our revenue is exceeding our cost, meaning we're generating revenue. Versus underproducing or overproducing, meaning our costs are exceeding the amount of money that we're bringing in. Again, what we'll do is simply solve our revenue equation equal to our cost equation. And evaluate. This will give us 2 results that are already in approximate form in this case, 842.05 and 2171.41. We're solving for x, which is still units produced, so rounding those to the nearest whole number tells us that we would want production levels of approximately 842 units or 2,171 units. Those would be our break-even points, meaning if our production is somewhere between those 2 values, we're in a region where our company is generating revenue, generating profit because we're generating revenue.